Have you got your...
You haven't got the clapperboard, Marvin, because Connor's moving house, he says. I mean, it's great. We get this fucking guy on board. We give him a job in the post room because we're doing affirmative action for retards and cripples. And he's never there. I mean, I guess it's like any big business, the post room, no one actually looked in the post room. So if he's not there, no one would ever know. And he says, oh yeah, I've just got to move house, got some sofas to carry.
Well, he's had 2 weeks to start packing. He hasn't even started yet. So
I know. How long has he known about this? Seriously.
Well,
oh, sorry, guys. I can't help you on a really important thing like the podcast. I'm going to go pack.
Pack my pants and socks.
How hard is it to put things in boxes? Seriously. Oh, we know how hard he finds that because he fucked it up last time. Still haven't received mine, No,
I don't think we will. He didn't tell you, did he?
No.
He had he had to take our labels off and give them to clients instead. So we're not going to...
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So I've been sitting here every morning waiting for the postman. We're dead excited for no reason.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fuck's sake. That's just not on, is it? Well, anyway, we've just, for anyone who's watching this and listening to it, we've just done 4 fucking challenging days working up from foundations to main build to elite with the guys. And it was a fucking brilliant.
It was excellent.
Brilliant few days, wasn't it? And we got some great testimonials from it. Kevin in particular, been following my advice for 10 years. And he still reckons this last meeting was worth hundreds of thousands, if not literally millions to him.
Well, they are. Think of all the juicy bits that even foundations got out of it.
Yeah.
That's their first one as well, I believe. No, they came to Mainwood in November, didn't they? But it's their
But I don't think we had the summit day. They came to the first day of main build. They didn't have the summit day.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
Yeah, it's well, I've been doing this a long time, this mentoring lot. And the reason it works so well is because we get the right clients.
And it's because you spot the deadly clients and avoid them like the plague.
Exactly, yeah. There's I wouldn't say there's nothing worse than taking on a bad client, but there aren't many things worse, not in business anyway.
Well, you say there are 3 ways to spot deadly clients, don't you?
Yeah, well, we used to use the triage process, yeah. First thing is, when I ever got into a discussion with anyone, and it would still be the case now because I occasionally take on private clients, not often, but you always get some fucking cockwomble who's saying, yeah, how much is it going to be? What's the cost? And the way I've always done it is when they say what's the cost, I says, well, we'll come to that. At the moment, I don't know because I don't know what you need. And if they do it, if they interrupt or if they're persistent with it more than 3 times, on the 3rd time, it's just like with you kids. 3rd time you bug me about something, or the 3rd time you do something that I've told you not to, like with the TV. Do you remember the TV? You don't remember that, do you? I used to say, if you leave the room and the TV is still on, 3rd strike and it goes off for the night.
Yeah, I remember.
Meaning if you just leave it on. And I used to do that, and you've all very quickly learned if that TV is left on and we're not watching it, it goes off. 3rd time it stays off. Well, it's done with clients. 3rd time you push me on price without waiting until I get to that point, you're gone. I'd say, look, this ain't going to work. You're more interested in the price. Let's go somewhere else. Here's a list of my competitors you can go to. That's the first way. Second way, to spot them, because the first way is they're always asking about. The second way to spot them is they always have opinions. I know why they do it. I think you get someone come to us where they've had a little bit of marketing experience or business experience, and they can't help but fucking tell you. Yeah, I've studied Dan Kennedy, and you think, oh, here we go. I don't give a shit what you think. If you thought this stuff and knew what you were thinking about, you'd be doing it already. You wouldn't be coming to me asking. You either don't understand it or you're just trying to impress me. But when they keep having opinions and keep trying to fucking tell you, yeah, I know a little bit about this. I've done this before. It's a real warning because you think further down the line, this is going to become a problem because I'm going to be telling you to do things and you say, yeah, but. There'll be yeah buts. So fuck off. Do as you're fucking told. Yeah?
Yeah, that won't work.
Oh, funny fucking started with that one. Oh, that won't work. How do you know that won't work? I just do it magically. I was touched by God. Ooh, I could feel it going under the covers, And then The third one is they won't actually engage in any kind of meaningful dialogue. They're just window shopping. I remember one guy who used to be, it was a will writer, and one of his employees stormed out of someone's house because he walked in, and this guy says, he was setting himself up on his laptop because he had a whole presentation and stuff. And this guy says, I don't want to see your presentation. I just want to know how much it's going to cost me. And the guy just packed up his stuff and says, well, I'm not going to tell you. There's no point because you're not interested, and walked off. I said a bit like the first one. Well, yeah, if they won't engage in any kind of meaningful dialogue, we send out those forms to people to fill in to see if they're a fit for us. I've very occasionally had people come back and say, well, why do you need all that information? I just want to know what you can do for us, kind of thing. And I think they're just looking for a price. They're not actually serious about it. So I just kick them into touch. But those three things in typical triage 80-20 style, those three things are fucking big red flags. But you know what people are like, love, they're so desperate for the business, they'll do anything to get it.
Yeah, so absolutely.
I'll take any kind of indignity.
Well, how would you weed these guys out?
A bit like that bloke.
What bloke?
Hey?
What bloke?
The bloke in the park.
Oh,
I'm bugging you.
Don't start on
that. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, how would you weed these insincere prospects out of the garden?
How would I weed these insincere? Hello, Alfie. That's an inside family joke about my son and her brother. Fucking retard. You sit in there and you just waiting for him to finish. You think, oh, for God's sake, I know what you're going to say, but just please stop.
And he trips up his words and he just has to start the whole sentence again. And you think, for fuck's sake.
He's never complained, has he?
No, he hasn't. He had a moment when he was really, really young. When he was a baby and didn't understand what was going on with him, what was going on.
Yes. I do remember once he got upset. Martin told me he got upset because he wanted to play cricket and he couldn't. But that was at primary school.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Alfie with a cricket bat?
Can you imagine Alfie with a cricket bat? Fucking deadly.
The ball would just smack him in the head. He go, oh.
Swings the bat and throws it at someone instead.
I know. Anyway, so the question: how do you weed them out? Easy, really. There's several ways. In construction, in particular, most people will resist this. And it's not always appropriate, but we had a guy who did kitchens. But if you're doing things like high-end kitchens, bathrooms, well, not even necessarily high-end, but anything that's worth more than a few quid, so you're not just fixing taps, you're actually doing decent amounts of work for thousands as opposed to 50 quid for a plug socket. And people ask for a kitchen to be designed or a bathroom to be designed, because they do the designs and stuff in the showrooms. Charge for it. And if you've got someone who will not pay a token amount of money, 50 quid, 100 quid for it, and they're not serious. Anyone who's serious about having a 10 grand kitchen fitted would not be averse to paying 100 quid to have it designed. Yeah. And if you're worried about, if you're worried about them being worried about being ripped off, you say, well, as long as you turn up to the design session and we do the design, if you then don't like it, we'll give you money back. Yeah, but just the fact you've got them to pay shows how serious they are. Now you can always say, and if you go ahead with the kitchen, we'll roll the cost of the kitchen design in with the kitchen itself, so it costs you nothing.
Yeah. Well,
and if you don't like it, we'll give you money back. But it's just getting over that hump. People won't do it. People are too afraid. So what they do is they spend a lot of time and money designing kitchens, going around giving quotes. And some people deliberately get 3 quotes and just go with the cheapest. Yeah. So something else you can do is just say, our kitchens start at 15 grand. If that's too much, and we might as well stop talking now. Yeah,
estate agents would go with the cheapest for their landladies and landlords. They always get 3 quotes.
It's exactly that. Yeah, they go with the cheapest, and then they end up with a roof like yours.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, right. Exactly that. Yeah.
Fully replaced and then ended up breaking again a couple of months later.
Yeah, having filled your garden full of broken bricks and shit.
throwing things into the neighbours' gardens as well.
And have a few cups of tea and food.
Yes, exactly.
I can't quite believe that. I wish I'd been there.
It was frustrating because it was very frustrating because I'd just started with you and Connor, so I was trying to learn quite a lot at the same time. I kept getting knocks on the door, as well as the loud drilling and things being bloody thrown off the roof and stuff. Ugh, I couldn't take it. It was a nightmare.
That's probably why you're so slow then, isn't it, to pick things up?
I didn't even get that one, so I'm not going to say anything on that.
Oh dear, oh dear. So yeah, it just put hoops in, hoops them to jump through, put barriers in their way to make them qualify in some way to work for you. If they're serious, they'll do it. I mean, one of my client now, he's a trainer of coaches, and for his high-end proposition, you're looking at 15, 20K, he's charging people $97, I think it is, for a discovery call. There's genuine value in the call, and the guarantee is if you really think we're talking shit, we'll give you money back. But that's to weed out people who just have something for free because it's there, or think they can get on a call for hours for advice and then piss off with it.
Yeah.
That it weeds out the serious people, because most people just are too scared to do it. Oh, will I get any business? You will. You'll get the best business. The shitty business will go away.
Because in comparison to that 15K, £100 or $100 is fucking cheap.
Absolutely. And if you put a guarantee around it, and say, if you go ahead with the work, we'll roll it anyway, it's free. You don't stand any risk. It's just that it stops people just tire kicking. If they know they've got some skin in the game, they will not kick tires, and it just saves everyone a bit of trouble. You get better clients as well. Now, someone who's paid £100 or £200 or even £1,000 for a kitchen design will be more involved and invested in getting it right than someone who's just getting it for free. Right? Yeah, they just will.
Yeah.
So yeah. Of course, and the thing to do when you get people like that who come along and you find someone who's not a good fit for you, is to turn them away. Now, I've always done a very special way of turning them away, and I always send them to my competitors.
Why would you do that?
Why? Well, I know it's not obvious, but the first thing is they will be happy because they've come to me with a problem. I mean, and we're not talking about just window shoppers so much. People who have got a problem, but they're either not a good fit or you just don't like them or whatever. Or indeed, even the shitty ones. They've come to you and you've figured out very quickly they're not going to be a client for you. So even if they are window shopping, sending them away, excuse me, fuck off. Sending them away to someone else means they'll be happy with you because you've actually helped them solve their problem. They'll come to you for help. You've been polite and says, yeah, you're not really fit for us, but there's a guy down the road does it. He will sort you out, no problems. So you've satisfied them. They go away with a good feeling. You never know, they might even come back to you when they realise the guy down the road is shit, and that does happen. People used to come to me as a copywriter and say, how much for a sales letter? And I would say, well, I don't actually know that's what you need, and I can't just give you a quote without knowing what your business is what your requirements are. And for me to do that was €3,500 to do a proper in-depth study, the guarantee that if you go ahead with me, I'll roll it in, etc., etc., etc. And of course, most people, probably 70% of people, didn't want to do that. But they would then go away, see the competition was crap, and then come back and pay me anyway. Yeah. So it does sometimes weed people out. And I would say, if you're that concerned about the price and stuff, the cheaper people come back to me when they're showing how bad they are.
Yeah. You also show integrity when you're willing to turn them away and give them to somebody else that could potentially suit their needs better than you can.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there is that too, definitely. We had a guy recently. He was just selling like a side hustle, downloadable product. And I says, well, you could join Foundations. It can definitely help you do what you want to do. But there's a better solution, Coursecraft by Shane Malak. It's designed to do exactly what you do, and it's $200 one-time payment and not £450. So yeah, £250 a month ongoing. It's a better solution for what you want.
People
that
as well.
He would have bought from us, but he was over the moon that I'd done that. So when he's in a position to need someone like us, where's he going to go?
Yeah.
So that's the first thing, right? You set it, they'll go away happy. The second thing, of course, is your competitors are going to be happy too. They're going to think you're mad, yeah, but they'll think, great, this guy's really cool. So they'll perhaps send you business that they can't handle, which may or may not be a good thing. But at least it's a free lead, even if they're no good.
Yeah.
But the third thing follows on from the second. It kind of means if you send away shitty clients to your competitors, it means you don't have to deal with shitty people. But it also means your competitors then do. So rather than them possibly encroaching upon your area where you get all the best clients, they're busy dealing with the shit you don't want to deal with. And they are dealing with the chavs, peasants, and commoners. So they wouldn't thank you if they realised what you were doing. But of course, most business owners, construction everywhere, are too stupid to realise this. They're too dumb to realise that not all business is good business. Or even if they do realise that not all good business is good business, they don't really grasp the fact they don't have to take the bad business. You know, they don't realise they can actually say, you know what, no, just don't want to deal with it.
They see it as work, and that's what they want.
You what?
They see it as work, and that's what they want. They don't care what they do care what they're getting for it, but they're not.
Oh yeah, they don't. Many of them don't even understand really if they're in profit. We spoke to one guy who was turning over £1 million a year or more laying bricks, but he didn't know if he was in profit or not. So if he was bringing in £1 million and paying out £1,010,000, he's got a really crap business because it's costing him £10 a year to run his business. But if you only got bringing in £100,000, but you're only spending 10k, you're making 90k profit. That's a great little business. So you know, people look at their turnover and they brag as I've got £1 million business, when really £1 million turnover doesn't mean anything unless you can see how much profit they're making.
Well, I'm in a few of my local area marketplaces and Facebook, and the amount of people that will post on there saying, oh, I need a handyman for cheap, or I need a free kitchen appliance, or I need, you know, a cheap discounted kitchen fitter or something, just along those lines. The amount of people and businesses that will comment saying, I'll do it for this, I'll do it for this price, I'll discount you this, I'll quote you this much and all that. And you think, are you that fucking desperate? You go into Facebook Marketplace to sell your business.
I know.
And you're going to promote discounts like that. Can
you imagine how bad those clients would be as well?
They look it as well. They do look it.
I know. Shouldn't be judgmental, but hey, we know what you mean.
Yeah, you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah, you'll take on chavvy clients like that. If people are behaving like chavs, they're probably chavs.
But not just taking them on, reaching out to them for their business.
Can you imagine?
If that was us.
Can you imagine?
Fucking hell.
I know. Oh, it makes you shudder, doesn't it? Oh, some of the things I know people have done. I mean, I think we were talking about it yesterday when, as you know, I come from a background of being a copywriter, and so I've got a disproportionate number of my LinkedIn connections. So what I often see is some random company will say, oh, we need a freelance copywriter to write us some sales copy. And all these copywriters dive in, oh, me, please give me the work, I'll do it at a discount. I'm thinking, no wonder you're all fucking struggling. And they really are. I mean, many of them are really shit, to be honest. They're not sales copywriters at all, even though that's how they market themselves. They're content copywriters, which is a perfectly okay job, but they're not the same thing. You know, if you get a content copywriter trying to write sales copy, it's a disaster. But they don't really understand the difference between the two. I obviously do, because I know what I'm doing. But fucking hell, yeah. I mean, I see these people, and they wonder why they struggle. They wonder why they get shit clients. They wonder why clients force their prices down and then don't pay them, because you're attracting shitty clients. That's why.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, really.
You see it everywhere.
Yeah, but you got to go in a minute, haven't you?
I have, yes. I'm going for dinner with my bubble.
Oh, you got a bubble. Oh, we got a bubble.
Have you? What is your bubble?
I've got Sarah, obviously. Me and Sarah in our house, but we've got Mary Kennedy. She's 74.
Mary.
So Sarah and Mary are my bubblettes.
Nice.
I'm Chief Bubble.
Yeah, I've got my friend, and she's also got my dog's sister. So that's quite a nice little mix of a bubble.
What's the dog's name?
Nice. Sapphire
and Rocco.
Sapphire and Rocco, yeah.
Where did the name Rocco come from?
It wasn't me that named him Rocco. It's quite a sad story, really, bless him, such a sweet dog. He had a home to begin with, But when he got to about 4 months old, they didn't realise he was going to be so big. He's a giant Rottweiler anyway, like bigger than normal. But as a Rottweiler, they're big anyway. But this family had, I think, a Jag Russell or something of that size. So they gave him back to the farm he came from. And my friend one day just said, "Oh, they've given him back." I said, "I'll have him." And then she started, going through the process, and I thought, "Shit, I'm really getting a Rottweiler." So he came to me at about 5 months old, and he is as soft as shit.
I know he is. Yeah. For the listener and the watcher, I've met Rocco. He's gigantic for a Rottweiler. He's huge. He's bigger than Holly is, but he's as soft as shite. But he's so strong. So we were playing tug on the park in the summer, weren't we? And he's throwing me around. I mean, I'm only a small bloke, but I'm quite heavy. I'm about 11.5 stone. He was fucking dragging me around like nobody's business. I remember the first time I met him, I was lying on the floor, blowing in his ears, going raspberries, and he was fucking slobbering all over my face. Happy times.
He's a lovely dog. He really
is. Yeah, he'd get on well with Haggis and Doris.
He would pester Haggis to the point that Haggis would fucking have enough.
No,
he would just
Haggis,
be like, "Fuck off."
Haggis is my Jack Russell. He's not very friendly with anyone except me and Sarah, and the kids, obviously, when they come over.
Oh, he doesn't like me very much.
Why? Because he didn't know you very well. When you've been over a little while, he was all right. Like when you and Danny came, he was fine with you and Danny.
It took a good few days. It was the last 2 days that he was okay with me. But he would just stand in the hallway and bark at me. And I'll ignore him and walk towards him, and he'll yelp and run away. And I think, you fucking pathetic dog.
Hang on, my dog's pathetic. What about Rocco and his mashed potato?
Oh, he loves
his squeaky pigs.
Oh, yeah, he's got 3. Well, he did have 3 squeaky pigs, but 2 of them have stopped squeaking. So it's only 1 squeaky pig and 2 broken pigs.
You are such a terrible mother.
Why?
Your poor dog's only got 1 squeaky pig now.
Out of the 3 he had.
That poor dog is deprived.
Plus, he's got a squeaky banana and a squeaky polar bear head. Anyone that's listening, if your dog likes squeaky toys, I don't recommend buying them a whole toy box full. I regret that decision. Yes.
We've sat before on meetings and things, or trainings with the guys. We hear this in the background as Holly's dog's chewing his squeaky toys.
He's very sweet. He's asleep. He's hurt his nail.
Alrighty, so we're back done then, I guess, haven't we?
I suppose we've got one more thing to do.
What's that?
The 1 minute hate.
Oh, do we have to do the 1 minute hate? Can't we just have a day off?
No, we can't have a day off. Connor would kill me to let you have a day off.
He's the post boy. It's got to do with him. He would never know. He won't listen to it. Yeah, we did the 1 minute hate, Connor. Yeah.
He paid my way. He doesn't listen to this anyway. He wouldn't know.
I know. That's what I mean. Right, 1 minute hate. Today is a thing called person first language. This will actually apply to you maybe, and it's proponents. You're going to set the timer.
I am. When I was snipping up the one from yesterday, and when Connor says, "Hey Siri," he set my Siri off. She set a 1 minute timer. Anyway, you ready?
I'm always ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Right, person first language is where you put the person before the disability, whatever. So people will say to me, "You are a person with autism," or "You're a person with a disability." No, and 3 times fucking no. I am autistic. It's what I am. It's a fundamental part of my character. You cannot take it away. It's not like an appendage or cancer. You can't cut it out, or an eyeball or a finger. You can't cut it off. It is an integral part of what I am. So that to me is it. Final decision. I am autistic. But no, these people get on their fucking high horses and try to tell me you're not allowed to talk about yourself like that. Fuck right off. I will talk about myself any way I fucking well like. These fucking people. And then they try to say, get this, if you say I have Asperger's, I'm an Aspie, they'll say, "Oh no, Hans Aspie was a Nazi and killed children." If you identify with being an Aspie, you're no better than a fucking Nazi. What is fucking wrong with these people? Person first language. I've never met a single Aspie or fucking autistic person or disabled person.
You are done.
Who prefers
finished. We are finished.
Person language. I'm sure some do, but I've never heard one say it. But yeah, some people they say not only you're not allowed to say it about others, but you're not allowed to say it about yourself. The fuck? Who do you think you are, you stupid cunt? Anyway, seriously.
Oh God.
Are you a person with idiocy, or are you just an idiot?
Person with idiocy.
Honestly. But yeah, if you that may you may come up against that one yourself, darling.
Yes, when I get to get diagnosed.
Oh God, do you know what Grandma said?
What?
When I told Grandma I was Asperger's, says, I've been diagnosed with Asperger's. You know what she said?
What?
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Oh, bless her.
And I said, Mavis, I said, I'm not. I said, it makes me what I am, you cheeky bugger.
Cheeky bitch.
Slap. I'm glad you've got no bubble.
I'll leave her alone.
Nah, she's all right, it's Grandma. I like Grandma. Get on there with her. Always have to.
Yes.
Even if your mum hates the fact.
Well, that's her problem, isn't it? Not yours. That's her opinion.
Anyway. Right, so your list is a little bit more subdued today. It's because we're all knackered and Connor's moving house, packing boxes. I reckon he's just sitting there wanking or something. If you want to make more money with less work, less hassle and fewer headaches by attracting better clients, selling to them at higher rates, and having a full pipeline, turgid and moist, filled with amazing strategies and tactics behind your back, hands off and on autopilot, go to ottcollective.co.uk and join the Facebook group and get a load of shit in there. Or email Holly, that's her, holly@growyourbusinessfast.co.uk, and she'll send you the info. In the meantime, stay safe, stay inside, wash your hands. Do not ever, say I'm a person with autism, do not shit on your fingers. Ta-ra!